الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حل الصلاة حل الصلاة حل الفلاح حل الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
استووا يرحمكم الله. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In just a few minutes from now, Brother Halal Bilal, as we know him, his real name is Chris Casimir. He's going to, inshallah, join us to share his story of how he came to Islam and different things about what he likes and dislikes, inshallah. Do join the conversation. It's an interactive session. You want to ask him some questions, and with the intention of seeing how you yourself can have new Muslims that you, meaning non-Muslims that you interact with, become new Muslims, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. So, Jazakallah khairan for staying back, inshallah. Brother, in the next 15 minutes or so, will share his story of how he came to Islam, some of the struggles he had. You're welcome to ask him any questions. He's very open. And here is our brother Halal Bilal. Just to let you know, his brother, he is 24 years old. Currently, he's going to Lincoln Tech to become an electrician, and he's working as an apprentice in an electrical company as well. Along with that, he's Haitian in descent. He's lived in France. He's lived in Florida previously. And he's just came to Islam a year and how many months? A year and a month. So he's 13 months old. Here you go.
Do I have to stand up or? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers. How are you guys doing? Okay, good. So I'm going to continue my story right now. Well, a long time ago, I was just, a normal kid from Florida originally. So I grew up there since I was like 19. Then my father, he lost his job and stuff because of the recession in like 2008, I believe so. So he went to France, right? And he got all his stuff together and all that stuff, right? So he collected the money and we all went. We lived there for 2 years. Bam, went to school there. Okay, now here comes the good part, all right? I came back to Florida and finished high school. After I finished high school, and I was lucky enough to graduate because I never went to high school. I never really I always skipped school, always. I didn't really appreciate an education like that, I didn't, I just started reading books when I was in 10th grade. That's how bad it was, So as I was lucky enough to graduate, after that, I didn't have no job. I was just, laying down, being lazy, just letting the world pass me by. So my auntie called me and she told me, I'm not really becoming a nobody. I'm not progressing in Florida. So why don't I come up there in New Jersey? And I thought about it. Took me a couple weeks, and I said, sure, why not? No, it's not going to hurt. So I went up there. I lived with her. Then, I got to school, Lincoln Tech, off a hunch, I felt that it was good for me, because it was either that or get kicked out the house, So the one day, I met a brother. He was a businessman, a very affluent guy. He told me to buy a suit and get prepared for an interview. So I go to Edison, so I bought my suit and everything, went to the bar and bought my suit. So I felt like I needed something more. So I went to Barnes & Nobles. And while I was looking at Barnes & Nobles, I was in the psychology section. I was in the religion and mysticism section, And I seen this brother, because I never seen a brother like that in my life. He had the full thobe on, he had the beard, the thick beard. And I was kind of curious, but I was kind of on guard at the same time, because, I never really seen anything like that. So he came to me, and he introduced himself to me. And he said his name was, Muhammad, And I said, my name's Chris. And since then, we spoke for 4 hours. On various topics, I want to talk about, resurrection and all that stuff. And he gave me the Islamic, he was telling me what Islam was about, basically. And, he brought me to the masjid, and we continued to talk, and I took my shahada. Bam! The end. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's a great story. Thank you. Anybody up next? You? You were born Muslim? Well, that's all, folks. Come on, ask me any question you want. I'll answer all of them. Come on. Go ahead, brother.
You take Shahada the same day you went to Barcelona?
Yeah.
It's instant
I mean, like, I felt it was a easy decision for me to make because I felt that the principles that Islam had and beliefs and the honor, you know, and like when I went to the mosque also, I saw the brotherhood, you know, so that really like interested me. And, you know, then after that, I just took my shahada. I felt that it was a good decision. Go ahead.
Yeah. You said when you were in the Barnes and Noble, you were looking for more, but like you didn't actually say what that was. Like, did you just have a feeling like you were gonna find something?
Brother, I didn't know. Like, I went to Barnes and Nobles, and I was looking at every book. Just something to pique my interest, because I didn't know what kind of book I wanted, you know? So I was just looking around. So I bumped into a brother, you know, then bam.
So it was really just Allah guiding you to that place.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, mashallah, brother. Yes. Anybody else? You over there with the glasses, come on. You got a question, come on. I feel like I'm living with a purpose. You know, see, for instance, God forbid that ever happens. Like, if I didn't have Islam anymore, I wouldn't even know how to live. You know? No, true stuff, you know, because you got all this in a Quran, you know, like guidance, you know, and just imagine something gets taken away from you, you know? It's like you're in love with something, but then that thing, you don't have that thing you were in love with anymore, and it's just taken from you, you know? It's like you're dying inside, you know? Anybody else? Do I have to pick somebody? You? What happened? Oh, okay, my bad. Sit over here. How about you, brother? How do your parents react? You know, I went home. I told my auntie, you know, I'm Muslim now. She's like, you gonna blow up buildings now, or like, what's up? Like, no, it's not like that, you know. I said, you know what I'm gonna blow? I'm gonna blow up your mind. All right? Anybody else?
So, tell us, what's the biggest struggle you have had ever since you
You know,
repeat the question, brother.
the biggest struggle, you know, when I came into Islam, I didn't know the struggles I had until I came into Islam. You know, I had, like, for instance, like any man, we always have trouble with other, how can I say it? Genders. You feel me? And other gender. You feel me? So it was tough for me to acclimate myself, you know. It told me I needed discipline. And yeah. I guess so. Anybody got more questions? No? How about you, Salman? You stood up. You must have a great question. Come on. No, I'm pretty much the same, to be honest. I'm nothing, like, for instance, discipline, it's kind of changed. I'm more disciplined now. But personality-wise, it's pretty the same character. You know, I'm just more calm. It's like I have a sense of direction. I'll tell you that. Anybody else? Go ahead, brother.
What about the conversation that you had with Brother Muhammad most made you accept Islam, and then once you accepted, what things made you actually stay as a Muslim?
Oh, I like that last question right there. Oh, I was having doubts once I became Muslim because, I was in school and everybody seen with the kufi on and, the jokes came, and it kind of cracked me a little bit. But then this brother said he's going to drive me to my crib one time. So, from school. So, we're driving and he's talking to me about, religion and how he's against that, against this. And he tells me that, why be in something if you don't have both your feet into it, you know? And, you know, he was expecting a different reaction. He wanted me, like, to get out of Islam from what he just said. But it just made me believe harder into it, you know? It made me go harder. So, yeah, it kind of reinforced my belief, made me kind of stronger. So, yeah. That's a good question. Well, what made me hold on to it, it was, see, when you're not in a religion or upon any guidance or from a religion, you only know like what people tell you and only know one side of the world, you know? But with Islam, it teaches you all aspects of it. You know, this is why this happens, for instance, and that happened, yeah. Anybody else? I'll give you the worst experience. Because me, I always have enthusiasm for anything I do sometimes. It's off the simple fact of the phrase, Assalamu alaikum. You know? When I see somebody, I want that person to look in my eyes and shake my hands with a firm grip and say it like you mean it. You know? I don't want him to like go halfway into the Assalamu alaikum. Because sometimes when I say Assalamu alaikum, they're like, Assalamu alaikum. You know, it's like they're sad. And they have nothing to be sad about, you know, because you're here, you know, you're not suffering, you know, you're praying under in a mosque, you know. You got nothing to fear, because you only fear Allah at the end of the day, you know. If you die, then you die. You know, you were destined to die at that point. You know, so good experience? I have a lot of good experiences. Oh, yeah. Traveling to different mosques, meeting all types of different people, you know. Praying. Oh, yeah, about the praying part. Before I came to Islam, you know, I was kind of praying like a Muslim one time in my room. My auntie caught me. She was like, why are you doing that? I was like, because it feels right, you know? And that's about all. Anybody have any more questions? I could go all day. Okay, I'll sit down. No, I figured out that, for instance, when you pray 5 times a day, it reinforces your iman. It makes you stronger. And when you miss like a prayer, you go backwards. You know? So you just got to be steadfast and keep praying. Because calamity is going to come towards you, of course. It's how you respond to it at the end of the day. So I don't really let, stress bother me like that. I may get a little irritated, but I don't really let stress bother me, because in time things will come and things will fall into place. Oh yeah, the other thing I like about Islam, they always say to talk about death a lot and remember the grave and all that stuff. It's really interesting. Like, wow. you know, and the torment of the grave, you know? Like, you know, if you're not a good person in this life, you may be tormented in the next life, you know, basically. So it's good to have a fear of Allah, of what can happen to you, because basically we don't own this body. This body is a vehicle. You feel me? So if we treat this body any type of way, you know, like basically we do all the haram things like drinking and smoking, you know, that can result to us, you know, going to hellfire, you know, because one slip up, we could go to hell or torment in the grave. So yeah. Anybody else? Come on, I know you. Oh, there you go, brother. Bilal? He asked me how did I choose a name. I didn't even choose this name, brother. Funny story. The first time I took Shahada, my brother was like, you know, I'm gonna call you Bilal. And I was like, why? Because you're black. Because you're black. I'm gonna give you that name because you're black. He was black as well too. It's like, you know, you black. You're Bilal, brother. Yeah, man. Yeah. I love the name, by the way. Go ahead. Well, funny thing is, like, when I first came into Islam, it was kind of tough for me because at first you start doing haram things that, you know, Islam does not allow, you know, based like how can I say it? A lot of people have character flaws, right? And with Islam, it teaches you to do better. If you do better, if you know better, do better. You know? And I was messing up a lot, and a friend of mine who's Muslim, he told me that's not halal at all, brother. That's haram. And they call me halal balal to remind me, you know, just try to be pious, you know? Try as best you can, you know? Because we're all going to keep making mistakes at the end of the day. You just got to keep praying and keep your intentions pure, basically. Oh, you got a question? Go ahead. The spirituality that I have, that I had before, I'll tell you this. It wasn't spirituality. It was just idolatry, brother. You know, it was just idolatry. Idolatry isn't spirituality. I thought it was spirituality at first, but it's just a deception by Shaitan, brother. At the end of the day, you know, you get caught up in nationalism, and you get caught up in the identity crisis, you know. So, and you also get caught up into the mix of the media a lot. So yeah. Anybody else? Oh. Walaikum salam, brother. How you doing? Thank you. Jazakallah. Oh yeah. I like firm handshakes.
All right, inshallah, we're going to end tonight's episode here and say, keep it halal bilal. Okay, inshallah. Jazakallah khair for joining. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
About to blow some minds now. I like that line. Where do you get it from? No, but I love the way that you plugged it in.